I had a plan, a team, a dream to build a tiny house company, and I ended up here, alone.
I am right now.
This is the story of how it all fell apart.
You just fired me.
And how I made it work anyway. This video is brought to you by Captain Salve, and more on that later. Arianrhod II, the goddess of the moon, the silver wheeled, the mythical mother of Dylan, the son of the sea, my boat. I've lived nearly my entire adult life on the move and in tiny spaces. It started with a backpack trip in South America, then evolved to van life, traveling North America in my self-built van, Gladys. From there, I graduated to life at sea in the Mediterranean, sailing to 17 different countries, eventually crossing the Atlantic back to my homeland, the United States of America, in my beloved 1979 Morgan 38-2, Arianrhod. But the most challenging thing I've ever done is to build this tiny house. Arianrhod II. Designed from the knowledge that I gained from living the tiny life for more than 7 years, the design is heavily inspired by my boat. Many of the design features and dimensions are adapted directly from her and adjusted to fit the house. The whole design process was done while at sea. Sometimes sitting for hours, staring at the ocean while underway, building, shaping, and rebuilding in my mind this design, which I eventually made into a 3D model, having been shown to 2 others with collective knowledge of over 300 tiny house designs was deemed unique. Something that only years of living in tiny spaces can produce. Is it perfect? No, of course not. Tiny living isn't about perfection, it's about utilizing what you have in the most effective way that you can. This design became lodged in my mind. I would daydream about it even if I didn't have any design adjustments. It was gestating. Growing in my imagination, it was inevitable that it would be brought to birth. It couldn't just live in the realm of imagination. It must become matter. The question then became, how? How does a college dropout, a simple sailor, take a figure of the imagination and craft it into reality? A plan coalesced. A plan to bring Arianrhod II to life while providing for everyone involved. A business plan. I've never made a real business plan before. Sure, I've ran a small production company, FLORB, but that was something that developed naturally. I was winging it. But to sit down and write out a plan to create a company from scratch, to estimate profit-loss margins, to have the revenue streams planned before setting sail, to think through all the potential issues that would arise and have contingencies upon contingencies, well, this was all new territory. Fortunately, contingency planning is something I learned well from life at sea. So I developed this binder containing everything needed to launch a successful tiny house company. Leveraging social media to potentially double profitability, the plan was clear. Simultaneously build, live stream, create YouTube videos, courses, sell downloadable plans, and eventually sell the finished tiny house. Arianrhod II would be a showcase to gain commissions, travel to tiny house festivals, and test livability. I ran the plan by successful businessmen I knew, and they agreed. It was solid, but it hinged entirely on the team. And a sailor friend with experience in Silicon Valley startups implored me, just don't use your own money. Get investors. Advice I ignored, for better or for worse.
A beginning is a very delicate time.
I had the scaffolding, now I needed the team. Nearly a year before starting, I brought my father on board, him with over 20 years of construction experience and plans that down the line he would manage the construction projects.
It'll be good. I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
Easy, hard,
I don't think it'll be hard, no. I'm sure there's going to be some issues, but we'll just deal with it.
Then Artisan Josh, a skilled craftsman and ex-convict featured on FLORB 7 years ago with extensive experience in building tiny houses and rigs. I thought it best that Josh would lead the build so that I could manage the digital aspect.
Yeah, it was your fault. I am super stoked to see this thing come to fruition. I'm really loving the fact that
we can get together and we can create this phenomenal home. This is gonna be super strong, super aerodynamic, super beautiful. I don't know how many times I can use super, but I guarantee you it'll probably be more than 3.
Lastly,
So this is Gavin. This is my cousin, Gavin.
my second cousin Gavin. Young and eager, he had excelled quickly in corporate management.
You guys don't know, but I left a car wash and I was stuck, and then now here it's fun. I wasn't having fun in my old job.
And he had been shopping around for a construction apprenticeship. Initially, I would train him in videography and editing, 2 highly marketable skills, and we would grow from there. We agreed on fair salaries without tough negotiations. I saw potential. Spirits were high, with 2 capable men and 1 eager apprentice. I had minimal requirements for our location. Basically, we just needed enough space, and critically, we needed a 14-foot door. That was surprisingly difficult to find.
Trying to decapitate me, John?
Eventually, we found a suitable spot, and this location was nice middle ground for everyone. I rented a nearby apartment, and I trained Gavin extensively in the craft of video making and storytelling. We set up a small office and editing bay in the shop, and everything was falling into place.
Hold on to your butts.
Then the day came. The trailer and steel frame kit arrived from Trailer Made Trailers in Olathe, Colorado, a synchronicity as I was born in Olathe, Kansas. The first issue arose immediately. The trailer was loaded backwards, and we lacked a crane. As the famous rock climber Yvon Chouinard said, the adventure begins when the first thing goes wrong. Thus our adventure began immediately, though it would be one, I must say, even I was not prepared for. Luckily, across the street there was a company that had forklifts, and they were happy to help us unload the trailer, although it didn't go as planned.
Damn near there.
But that fall was just more proof of the solid design. Thankfully, Josh had insisted that I go with a 3-axle trailer rather than the standard 2. As both him and I know from life on the road and life at sea, you would much rather have a structure too strong than not strong enough. The 3 axles prevented the frame of the trailer from even hitting the ground, and the trailer sustained minimal damage. With smiling faces, we parked our new project in our new shop and eagerly awaited our first day of what seemed to be a bountiful and fulfilling endeavor.
We got a trailer with the frame, steel frame. Always expect things to be more difficult and to take more time than you anticipate.
We'll do it live. All right, we are live. We're live right now. Welcome to the Floating Orb Productions shop. This is the shop. This is the trailer. We are going to be building a tiny house. This is the first tiny house that we're building. It's a kit. This is a kit design. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited, and we're going to be building it, and we're going to be live streaming a lot. You're still not hearing anything. Did you mute the...
Our initial step, sorting the trailer kit, was unexpectedly tedious, consuming over 20 man-hours. Another setback arose when after the first day, my father announced to me he had taken a higher-paying job elsewhere, leaving us unexpectedly short-handed. Perhaps pride or ego stopped me from negotiating, though it wasn't presented as a negotiation. To him, the story might differ, but I vividly recall my embarrassment. How could I explain losing a team member immediately? Yet there was always that whisper. Just continue to create. Thus, we pressed on, albeit short-handed. Progress may have been slow, but it was aided by friends pitching in. Yet, within the first month, Gavin missed 13 days of work, which meant Josh and I found ourselves repeatedly short-handed, hampered further when Josh fell seriously ill. After discussing missed days with Gavin, and maybe I was a little too harsh with him, but despite assurances that everything was fine, he ghosted, left town, kept his salary, and never returned the shop key. It was a humiliating blow. Thousands spent on training for no return. That's the thing about being the boss. Everybody sees money, but nobody ever sees the hemorrhage.
Let me just explain to you how fucked I am right now. I clearly must be doing something wrong. Either I am just not fucking cut out for this shit, or I'm doing something wrong. So now we're hiring on Craigslist, and one guy that we thought was going to be a good guy, Josh had a blowout argument with him about the guy said he was at Home Depot and he wasn't at Home Depot. So I don't know what the fuck. So that guy's gone. He was promising. There was promise. Tell you what, this entrepreneur shit is fucking bullshit, bro. What the fuck? And you know what's great? On top of that, I'm fucking hemorrhaging followers, and the view count is fucking garbage. Fuck, bro, cash flow's at like an all-time low, bro. On top of everything else, like, I don't know. Just thinking about going back to the ocean. I know I gotta just like get up and move on, but I mean, what the fuck do I do now though?
Facing continuous setbacks, explosive Craigslist hires, and endless arguments culminating in eventually me having to let Josh go.
I had a conversation with Josh saying that, listen man, this isn't really working out. We're fighting too much. I think I want to build the rest of the house by myself. He wasn't happy, he was sad, which is understandable. I mean, we're friends and whatnot. But I was like, listen, man, if we keep doing this, like, we're gonna end up really not liking each other if we continue to work like this together, because we're not in sync anymore. And he said, well, let me stay on to the end of the month. And I said, how about we do the end of the week, because I'm gonna be moving in here on Sunday, no matter what. And if we're not like working together, like real smooth, by then we're gonna have issues because we're gonna be in too close a proximity. And so he goes, okay. And I came in today and I started working on the wood, and I'm doing that, and he eventually comes in and I'd like, hey, look at this. It's like, it's not perfect, but this is what I'm gonna do to fix it up. And he starts kind of heavily criticizing it. He's like, oh, it needs to be like this, this, and this.
Look at this gap, dude. It's a huge gap. That's
nothing's going about it.
Like I said, I was thinking he was gonna be here till Sunday. I didn't realize that he went to go get his trailer because he was leaving right this second. So as I'm doing that, he comes up and grabs the miter saw, pushes the camera into me, and like basically like, don't touch my shit.
You just fired me, bitch.
I'm like caught off guard completely. Understandably, yeah, if I fired him, I shouldn't be using his tools, but I thought he was gonna be here till Sunday. I thought that's what, yeah, anyway. So I'm like, yo, chill, like we got a camera, we got, like, relax. The blade was still spinning. But he put it on social media first, and I asked him, like, are you sure you want to make this public? And he said yes. So.
Nice one. Left a huge oil mark. I was able to hire my dad a few days here and there to help, but then unfortunately he fell off a ladder and broke his foot. Yeah, so he just told me he thinks he might pass out, and his ankle might be broken. But he was just telling me he feels like he might pass out. His recovery was long, and after that he never came back to help with the house. I eventually stood there alone, with the skeleton of a house and dwindling funds.
This place will become your home. This place will become your tomb.
I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. This is when the darkness really settled in. A deep depression, burnout, and anxiety attacks. That's something I've never experienced before. So I ended my apartment rental and I was living between my van, the shop, and the gym, like the good old van life days. But the van life days aren't so bright when everything else is crumbling around you. I vacillated between extremely productive work days
3 a.m.
and escapism. I took some trips here and there to clear my mind and to do some filming. These were honestly some of the darkest days of my life, feeling utterly isolated, racked with guilt. If only I would have done X, Y, and Z, then this would have worked out. A mindset that can lead you to lessons learned, but also one that can be poisonous if ruminated in too long. The darkness was closing in on me, and the desire to escape into the void was real. But in the darkness, there is one source of light. The source within you, the light of Christ. And as long as you carry that light, it's not over. And it's also within the darkness that light shines. So the light must continue on, because if you let it go out, there's nothing nothing but the void. And we've all been given the gift of life and the gift of light, and so we must cherish and foster that and fan the flame, for we are the ones who carry the light. Your internal experience may feel alone, but you're connected to that undying light, and thus, alone or not, it doesn't matter, because the Spirit of God is within you. If God is anything, He is a creator God. Thus, to create is an act of God. In fact, the first act of God. Therefore, if you know not what to do, refuse to let the light be extinguished, and instead, knowing that you are doing a divine act, even if others scoff, ignore them, as you are with God and God is within you. No one can take that from you. Stay strong, my friends. I continued forward day by day, making progress as I could. Lo and behold, there seemed to be a sunrise. The house began to take shape. It was becoming livable. It was becoming what I had seen during those long voyages at sea. What was once a thought form was finally becoming physical matter. I bought a beast of a truck, a manual flatbed dually to tow Arianrhod II. Violetta, Jacob, and Jackie all came and helped me as I was in a time crunch to get out of the shop space. Although incomplete but manageable, we moved Arianrhod out to a small remote piece of land where the work on the house didn't end. Then, the fire happened. My mother's van caught fire. I awoke to her screaming and rushed outside to find her van ablaze. Thankfully, she escaped unharmed. Despite my efforts, both her van and my truck were reduced to ash. Shit. The house was a little bit damaged, but mercifully the wind was blowing the flames away from the house and towards the truck. But that saved the house from utter destruction. But the loss set me back significantly.
Truck is cooked. Van is cooked. Her van, my truck.
Insurance covered her losses, but not mine, compounding the pressure. This setback cost me tens of thousands of dollars, months of time lost, and it pushed me nearer to financial ruin. After months of taking L after L after L, I would be lying to you if I said it didn't take its toll on me. But here's the thing, even though I view the tiny house construction business as an abject failure, even though this whole phase of my life has been the most mentally and emotionally challenging period I have ever experienced, I choose to be grateful for the experience, and I choose to view it as expensive lessons in a form of exercise. In order to grow muscle, you must first literally tear it apart and then let it heal. Now, I don't believe in whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, because there are plenty of things that can maim you. And I've had plenty of friends who have been physically maimed, and every one of them would agree that
the world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
So I'm grateful and lucky that my family is healthy, I'm healthy, I have a place to live, and I've learned a lot. And that realistically, the only real damage done to me is that of my ego and financially. But finances can always be recovered, and this whole experience has given me plenty of time to develop a new vision, to see a new reality to step into, to have the waypoints charted, and to know which direction to set my heading. And I know that this channel, as well as my other channel, will be crucial instruments in materializing this thought form. And the good news is we've already arrived at waypoint number 1, which is the creation of Captain Salve. It's something that I developed after years in the elements for sailors, builders, adventurers, gardeners, and anyone with skin. And it's not just all natural skincare, it's restorative armor. It wasn't designed in a lab, it was forged out of necessity. It's built with the mentality of surviving storms and thriving in solitude. This is one salve to upgrade your outer layer in fair weather and to defend it in the maelstroms. Now, I'm legally not allowed to call it a healing or an anti-aging salve, but it's infused with comfrey, which is proven to speed up healing, calendula, which is shown to reduce wrinkles and scarring, and marshmallow root, which is backed by science to soothe inflammation and itching. Plus, it's got 7 other plants and resins that it's infused with, each with a job, and they all work synergistically to restore, defend, and transform your skin. I made it because nothing out there was good enough, and I wanted one salve to rule them all. I personally use it daily on my face, on my beard, on my scalp, and anytime anything itches or burns. Captain Salve, it's the only thing I trust because I know what's in it, because I made it. So if you want to try it out, not only would I appreciate it, but I think you will appreciate it. Check it out in the link in the description, or head over to captainsalve.com and try it for yourself. But this is step 1 in a new direction towards a new vision. And if you stick around, not only will you see the whole process of building this tiny house, which, by the way, is incredible, you will also see this new vision crystallize before your very eyes in real time, moving from the mental plane into this earthly material plane that we live in.
Well, I am back out and about traveling again. You can see Gladys right back there. Funny story, as soon as I started traveling to film videos for you guys for FLORB,
Well, that's not good.
I blew out the transmission. I had to replace that and was stuck out in the middle of Kansas for like a week and a half. So good times, more and more. But such is life, it's all good. So sorry for the long hiatus, but life is life, things happen. So a few things I want to tell you about Captain Salve. So it's made by me, handmade by me in Arianrhod II in the tiny house. It comes in that 1 ounce tin, a 2 ounce jar, and also a larger 8 ounce jar. Now, because it is the holidays, I wanted to offer you guys a 25% discount. You can use offer code FLORB Black Friday. That is a limited time offer. The first batch I made is a limited batch, and I'm currently traveling, so I cannot make any more. Later in December, I will probably make another batch, but if you wanna get your hands on this first batch, then be sure to get some. It's all natural. It's packed with 10 different plants and resins, slow infused into the oil, so it's not essential oils that I just put in there. It's the actual plant has been infused into the oils, so you get a lot more benefit out of the plant. Everybody that's used it so far is really happy with it. My neighbor, she used it on her poison ivy, said that it stopped the itch in 15 minutes. I know the branding is masculine with Captain Salve, but all the ladies that have tried it so far really like it. I use it on my hair, my skin, my face, my beard, and my beard is noticeably softer. I use it also on mosquito bites, and it's good for daily use and specific use cases. Like I said, I wanted to offer you guys a promo code, 25% off, code FLORB Black Friday. Get your jar today and be prepared, because I got lots of videos coming up for you in the near future. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, like and get yourself a jar of Captain Salve. Big love, and I'll see you next week.